Hi! Can you see me? I don't know. I put it on wide lens. Minnie's here. And I don't really know what I want to do today, workout-wise. I did a 1.5 mile run this morning and then just kind of walked for the rest of like the hour I wanted to be outside. And then had some breakfast. Went to the store because I know for meal prep, I didn't have any garlic powder or onion powder, so I wanted to get that. And also got a watermelon and just cut that up. And now I'm going to do something. I usually do arm workouts, but maybe I should do some lower body or like core. I never do core. So I could definitely do that. Minnie just is in her own world with, okay, and she sneezes. So maybe I'll do some like lower body, core focus, something like that. Please stop sneezing. She'll be here with me. You'll be here with me. Hope you work out too. And I'll probably voice this over and chat about something, just so you don't have to hear me breathing. But hopefully you can hear Minnie purring. Can you? I don't know. I probably looked so excited when I got close to the camera, but she really likes to be held and nestled. But I have to work out now, so say bye, Minnie. Okay. Ouch. Ow. Okay. So now we're gonna work out, and it's gonna be great. And we're gonna get so strong. Right, Minnie? Okay. So let's go. Is she gonna jump? Maybe not. Ow. Okay. Bye. Whew. Hi. Okay. I'm on a walk. This is much later in the day. It's the same day I filmed this. But I actually kind of want to talk about something that's a little heavy on me, which for me is, it's mostly about my relationship with food, but my inability to master or even be an amateur at moderation. And it's so frustrating. So I want to talk about it a little bit. Just kind of what I've been through today and the past few months in general, just like throughout my life. I know for me, moderation and just kind of like enjoying things, enjoying the small things, enjoying big things, having a little bit of fun but not too much fun, eating what you need to be eating, but not a lot of what you shouldn't be, but you should be eating some things that aren't, technically good for you, like the whole 80-20 thing. Everything's okay in moderation. Same with fitness, you don't need to be exercising yourself to death every day or not exercising at all. Both of those aren't good. And I don't know, I can't seem to find a balance with anything. And I don't know what I'm missing. So I have, degrees in psychology. I understand how people think. I understand how, stress can weave its way into every facet of your life. And I know a lot of ways of how to cope with it. And I do a lot of those things to cope with it. And I don't even know if I'm necessarily stressed. Because I don't feel stressed. So basically, the past few months, or I guess a year at this point, almost a year ago now, I started counting calories. And I did want to lose a little bit of weight. And I think that was okay. I was definitely within normal BMI, if you even like to use that. But I was a little chunky. Nothing wrong with it. Definitely a healthier weight, but on the heavier side of normal, I guess. I am 5'9". I've never been thin. I have like a core memory of someone saying like, well, you're not fat, you're just thick. And so I was like, oh, I'm just thick. Like, I just have a little bit of extra on me, and that's okay. I keep saying that. It wasn't okay to me, obviously. It's never been just, I've always wanted to be skinny. Don't we all? But I don't know why. I just did. Definitely, I always wanted like skinny arms and a flat tummy. Even now, I don't have a flat tummy. I don't think biologically, I don't think I engage my core correctly. I don't think I breathe correctly. So my tummy area just looks a little flabby. I think it always will. But anyway, whatever. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's just your body that you live in and experience your life in. By the way, I want my body to be strong. But anyway, so yeah, around this time last year, so July of 2025. Sorry, there's someone. I don't know if you can hear that, but at July in 2025, I started tracking my. Sorry, she was really gabbing on the phone with someone. Tracking my calories, and I wasn't tracking them like hard. I was just like more so writing them down to be aware of it. Oh wait, no, we're good. So I would write down mostly like estimations of foods. Like an apple is 100 calories. Did I weigh the apple? No. Same with like, I would go out to a restaurant and get whatever food, like not a burrito, but like if we went to Mexican and I got chips and salsa and an enchilada and a taco, like obviously I don't know the exact amount of calories that's in all that stuff. I didn't make it, I didn't weigh it, I don't know exactly what they use, so I just would estimate. I did that for honestly a few months. So that's how I did it, and my goal was just to not eat over 2,000 calories. But at this point I wasn't really moving a ton. Like, I definitely wasn't working out. I would go on walks. I still love to go on walks. I am right now. Again, that's where I do my best thinking. I love walking outside and just being outside in general, especially during hot months. I was born in August. I love being out in the sun. I love sweating it up way more than being cold. Anyway, so yeah, I just didn't want to eat more than 2,000 calories, but I would track, I would log if I overate, I would write that down. And if I underate, I'd write that down. Like, just whatever I ate for the day, I would log it in my own little Excel spreadsheet. And again, it started as like, yeah, I just wanted to lose a little bit of weight. I think that's fine. And then I either bought a scale not soon after. I can't remember when I started like weighing myself, but I started weighing myself every day, which that can be beneficial for some people because, I mean, it is true that I can weigh myself today, Sunday, I weigh myself again on Friday and not have, lost any weight. But in reality, I ebbed and flowed the whole week. But I don't get to see that granularity unless you actually weigh yourself every day. So I think it can be beneficial, especially when you're starting out. And it was very motivating for me to see the number going down. And I could see, the relationship between the amount of calories I was eating and how much I weighed. And obviously, if I ate fewer calories, my weight was going down quicker. Very easy one-to-one to make. And I can also see, how, I'm a girl, like my period played a role, or just, whenever I was in different phases of my cycle, it's kind of how my weight fluctuated with that. Like, it was just good data to have, especially when you're starting this journey, trying to lose weight, trying to understand how your body, makes it shake. And yeah, for a few months, I lost weight pretty slowly. I probably lost about like half a pound a week. Sorry. It was great. And I was happy. But then I just I got obsessed with it. And that's where I come back to like the moderation of it all. I couldn't just, lose a little bit and move on. Or I couldn't just, track for a little bit and then, get the swing of it and move on. And especially with, like, the social media of it all and watching other people who, walking by other people again. And what was I saying? Oh, I just got obsessed with it. And I couldn't do it 80-20. I couldn't do it in moderation. I had to do it strict, in my head, disciplined every single day. I can't eat over this many calories. And I would keep changing it. Or, I said I would stop tracking so intently once I hit this weight. Then I'd move the goalpost. And I just kept doing that over and over and over again. And I got obsessed with it. And there was no moderation. There was no take a break from it. It was every day, every weekend. I stopped having fun. I stopped drinking. I stopped eating foods I liked to eat. That were like fun foods. And then I kept restricting like the types of foods I could eat. So I already can't have gluten. I mean, I'm technically lactose intolerant. You can have dairy when you're lactose intolerant. It's just, it's not a good idea. But I was like, nope, it's going to be fully dairy-free too. So now I eat gluten dairy-free. But then I was like, and then I really only want to eat, I don't want to eat this type of food. I don't want to eat this kind of food. I don't want to eat this. To the point where I was like, okay, I'm just going to eat a whole foods diet. And so now I only eat whole foods. And what that means, like, one ingredient foods. Or if it is going to be something like an RX bar, like it's made of, ingredient, like I can read every ingredient. There's no additives, chemicals, gums, whatever. But usually what my diet consists of is some sort of meat that I cook, some sort of like a potato, a vegetable. Again, I just buy a potato, I microwave it and I eat it, or put it in the oven and I eat it. A vegetable, like zucchini, that I chop, put it in a pan, eat it. Fruit, pint of blueberries, eat them. Apple, eat it. And that's it. And now I have reintroduced rice, which, thank goodness, that's a good one. But again, just whole foods, one ingredient foods is what I eat, because that's what I've convinced myself is okay and respectable and disciplined. It's not fun. There's no moderation. I can't go back, because I'm like, oh, then you will spiral. And that's kind of what I'm talking about now. So obviously I kept going down and down and down the rabbit hole of moving the goalpost, which was like, you can only eat 2,000 calories. Now it can only be 1,900. Now it can only be 1,800. And that number just kept going down and down and down to the point, and same with my weight. I was like, I can't weigh more today than I did yesterday. Which, again, if you know the body, like, you're going to fluctuate weight every day. Like, it could be that today, tomorrow, the next day, my weight goes up, up, and up. But then that next day, all of a sudden, I'm down a pound, But no, in my head, that was not okay. I had to weigh less and less and less every single day. And try to eat the least amount as possible, which was nice because it was saving me money. I didn't buy a lot of food. Which, again, whole moderation thing. I'll talk about that with money in a second. But it got pretty unhealthy for me, obviously. And I got down to a weight that was kind of alarming to those around me, and had been alarming for a little bit. And I finally listened and have now been taking action to correct that. And, working out, trying to put some muscle on, because it can be triggering for some people. But I weighed 114, 115 pounds, being 5'9". And that's obviously not good. But it wasn't so bad. But for me, it was like, okay, that's what I mean. But some people are naturally thin. Some people, that is just how their body works. Whatever. But for me, I have never been thin, skinny. That's never been a word someone would use to describe me, which is like, it's fine. Like, I just wasn't. I was very normal, average, if anything, like a little bit thicker. And that's just how my body sat. I usually sit around, or I did usually sit around 145, 150 pounds. There was a point in my life where I was 180 pounds. There was a point where I could have sat around 160 pounds. I think ideally for me, I could probably sit around 135, 140, and that'd be pretty good. But anyway, it's not so much the number on the scale, or at a certain point it is about the number on the scale. Like, I can't weigh 115 pounds. That's just not good for me long term, And so I was like, okay, it's time. Gotta switch. And now I've switched. And it's like the opposite. I am eating the house. I cannot stop. There's something so for example, this weekend, I went to Aldi to get my meal prep stuff, because obviously I go to a corporate job, so I meal prep. I'm not about to spend money on going out to eat. Plus, I can't really get fast food or because that's all gluten and dairy, and I don't eat that. I can't imagine if I tried to eat that now what that would do to me. It's been so long. But anyway, so I have to make my own food, and I like it. I like eating healthy food. I like eating whole foods. I want that to be my lifestyle, but enjoy other things in moderation, like a normal human does. And again, am I just not normal? Can everyone else do this? It's just me who struggles with this? I hope not. Hold on, I have to fix my bra. Ugh. But anyway, so for example, I went to Aldi Saturday and was buying my meal prep for the week, which was ground turkey, ground chicken, chicken breast. I was going to make cilantro lime rice and chicken, which I did make, and I actually ate that for lunch today. It was pretty yummy. That was my first time having rice in a long time. It was very good. Felt very brave doing it. It's a high calorie meal, and that's okay. And I bought a watermelon. I bought 2 bags of Cosmic Crisp apples, which I buy the bags. I think it's a 2-pound bag. And I buy the bag that has the least amount of apples in it. That means that the apples are really big. So I munched on a big old apple. So I got 2 bags, but each bag only had 4 apples in it. So 8 apples. I can't remember if I bought 5. I think it was 6 bananas. So 6 bananas and 2 pints of blueberries. Those are all my favorite fruits. Well, besides, I like pineapple. Those are all my favorite fruits. And I ate a whole watermelon. The whole watermelon. I ate, I think, 3 apples yesterday. Maybe 2 bananas and half a pint of blueberries. Today, went back to Aldi because I needed garlic powder and onion powder. Bought another watermelon, ate that whole watermelon, and ate the rest of the fruit, along with my meal prep chicken and rice today. And I just binge on all the food I eat. That's the thing. I don't buy thank goodness I don't buy things like chips or processed food or really high calorie foods, because oh gosh, I would be so huge. I'm probably in a lot of pain, and I am in a lot of pain, especially right now. You can probably hear it. I'm just trying to walk all this off, because it's not good for you to eat all that at once, but I can't not do it. There's something wrong with me, right? How do you fix that? How do I not eat the house? It's so bad, and it's really frustrating, and it really hurts my stomach. And I think it's an oral fixation thing. And I mean, I've always binge ate, even as a child. I can remember, like, I would sneak food into my room to eat it, or I would just say I want to, like, hide while I was eating so no one could see how much I was eating or what I was eating. And I would, like, eat a whole bag of chips and try to hide it in the garbage can, or try to hide wrappers, try to hide crumbs, all that stuff. I've always been like that. In which, you know, you can get a little bit big. And I did, especially during COVID. I was eating bags of chips, sodas, like full sugar sodas, candy, just a bunch of it, because that's what I wanted to eat, and I let myself have it. But I wasn't doing anything else good, so there wasn't any moderation there either. Just eating whatever I wanted. I'm just getting big and dealing with that mentally. Then I did the opposite, where I restricted myself so much, how to deal with that mentally. And now I'm back to this. I can't find a middle ground. And it's, again, I think it's like the oral fixation thing. Like, I always binge it. I always need to do something. I always bite my nails, or chew the inside of my mouth, like my cheeks. Or I used to vape. Oh my God, I would go through them so quickly. I always have a drink or a soda or something like that. So bad. There's people in front of me. I'm gonna give them some space. I'm gonna turn around a little bit. But also, I was trying to do lunges. I can't do lunges. That's not for me. But anyway, sort of flow state there. Sorry, I turned around this track and lost my flow. What was I saying? Anyway, I just don't know how to eat in moderation. I buy food and I know it's in the house and I know that I want to eat it all because I like the food and I know it's in the house and I'm gonna go eat it because I'm just in the house all day and I would like to be eating something while I'm watching this. I like to be eating something while I'm reading this, or I like to be, well, you know, like, I just want to be eating all the time. And because I was so restricted for so long, you know, this pendulum thing does happen. But now I need to figure out how to make it stop. Because I'm not physically hungry. My stomach hurts so bad. I eat so much food. But I also can't quiet the mental hunger. Or again, like, I just know there's food in the house and I know that I want to eat it. Why not eat it now? All of it. All at once. And I do. And then my tummy hurts. I don't want to have to keep going and buying food. It's so frustrating. You just want to know. I think I'm the only person ever that's experienced this, and I know it can't be true. But no one talks about it, because why would you want to talk about it? It's so sensitive. And, like, at least for me, it feels like secret. Like, this is my secret, that I overeat, or that I restrict, or just my eating patterns in general. It feels like a secret, because it always has. Even as a little kid, hiding wrappers, hiding food, going up to my room, secretly eating at nighttime. Anyway, that's the eating part of the issue with moderation. Now to, I think I talked about the money part a little bit in my last video, which is I put myself in such a tight budget because that's what you're supposed to do. And really, it's what you're supposed to do if you have, like, a lot of debt. I have no debt, but I am living my life as though I am trying to save and hoard all this money. I don't know why, but I have to do it. I have to be the best. I have to save the most, invest the most, spend the least, spend nothing on wants, only on needs. No moderation. And I keep a spreadsheet and I can see how much I spend on wants versus needs. And it's pretty bad, honestly. I don't spend anything on wants. More recently, I have been buying whole boxes of dates and eating them to the point where it's a want. So I gotta work on that. I eat way too many dates. Again, back to moderation. I can't just have a few. I have to eat the whole box. God. And yeah, so with money, I can't just, stick to like a budget that's like, 50% on needs, 30% on wants, 20%, saving and investing. It has to be get my bare bone necessity basic needs, which are my phone, my car, like gas. So again, I don't have any debt, so I don't have a car loan. So my phone, not like a loan on it, but whatever. And bare bones groceries. And that's it. And that usually, like averaged out, is like $700 a month. So anything I make over that, post-tax, goes to investing. It doesn't even take into account what I already set aside to go to separate accounts pre-tax in like my 401k, my HSA, those kind of accounts. I put to the point where like they're maxed out for the year is the allocation that I put. There's people talking. Don't know if you can hear, but they are yelling. That's okay. I think they're trying to teach their dog how to walk. And what was I saying? Yeah, so like I can't just, invest or, save for retirement in a good way, like a responsible way, in a moderate way. I have to max out the account. So I have to max it out. Same with my Roth IRA, I have to max it out. Even when I'm not making all this money. I'm leaving myself with nothing every month for my own spending. That's why, I am living as if I have all these debts to pay off because I don't have so much money left. But I can't just save moderately for whatever reason. That's another thing I can't do moderately. I guess now with exercise, I don't think I'm doing it not in moderation. I'm doing a pretty good split. I run about 3 times a week, and not long runs, just mile and a half runs 3 times a week. I walk pretty much every day. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you heard that person. And then I have now incorporated weight workouts or fitness videos, which I really like. And I do that probably also 3 to 4 times a week. Just depends. I really like it. And I think that's pretty reasonable. It's not I'm doing 2 weight workouts a day or I'm running miles and miles. It used to be the case where I would walk. I didn't have the energy to do much else. So I was so depleted. But I would walk. That doesn't take much energy. It doesn't burn a lot either, but whatever. I would walk 3 hours a day. Sometimes 4. Which that's crazy. So bad. And it makes my joints swell up so bad. But now I don't do that. I'll walk. Today, I ran this morning and then walked a little bit after. So I ran for about 15 minutes and I walked for about 45. And right now, I'm walking as long as, it takes to voice this video over, but mostly because my tummy's so full it hurts. I have to do something to like try to get everything moving. It's just so frustrating that I do this to myself. But again, I don't know how to not. Whatever that switch is in your brain, where I'm either eating the house or nothing, or I'm either saving all my money and only buying bare bones necessities, needs. I've never really been an extravagant spender though, but I could become one. Just knowing myself. And then with exercise, I either do absolutely nothing or I do something every single day. And I don't want to take, I guess a rest day could just be like a walking day. And you kind of have to walk as a human. But how do you find moderation? I don't know. I hope I can figure it out though. Because it is quite frustrating to not be able to do that for yourself. I know for me it's painful mentally and physically. And also I just struggle with the body image of it all. That's the thing too. I used to take pictures of myself every single day just to check if I had a tummy, to check, how big I looked from certain angles. Even that language of music, because I feel so big. And right now, obviously, when you eat a ton of food, your tummy gets big because there's just food sitting in it. And, I'm not feeling good, not feeling confident, which makes me not want to leave the house. And I don't leave the house. But then I'm in the house and I have all this food. So then I eat all the food. And then it just spirals where I don't want to leave my house because I don't like the way that I look. Because my stomach is distended. But there's so much food in the house. How do you stop that? I don't know. I don't know if I will now. Well, you have to figure it out because I'm going to go insane. So I'm just curious if anyone else has kind of dealt with this and what you did to fix it. Because again, I'm not physically hungry anymore. I eat a good amount of food. I eat good whole foods. But there's just this mental part. I'm like, I know the food's there, so I'm just going to go eat it. Because I'm bored or I need to do something to do the oral fixation thing. Or, again, just the dopamine hit of it. Because I deleted all my social media stuff. And I know that food will just be a quick hit. And also a trigger for me is being alone. Especially when I'm alone at home. That's when I dig in. But anyway. And see, right now my mind is telling me that I really want to go buy a box of dates and eat them all. But why would you do that to yourself? That's going to hurt your tummy. And I've had probably 3,000 calories today. Why would you then go eat a box of dates, which is another 1,000 calories? Why? Just why? I don't know why, but I really want to. But I won't. Not today. But did I do that 2 days ago? Yep. And did I do it 2 days before that? Yep. I'm not going to do it today. And I guess that's kind of how it starts. You just have to make the active choice to fix it. And that's what I need to do. I just need to make the active choice. But that's what I did today. Let me just eat the rest of this fruit so I can start clean tomorrow. And I always do that. That's how you keep binging. But I did that anyway. But yeah, maybe this time it'll work. Who knows? Probably not. But I do have to make the choice to do it, and it's change. So obviously if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, nothing's going to change. So yeah, I need to find that balance. And I think with that, I'm starting a new job soon. That'll be a new routine because the hours and the work arrangement's a little bit different than my current situation. So that'll, maybe be a catalyst to kind of fix this. And yeah, as I continue to work out more and figure out that pattern, kind of what I like to do, I don't know, I am hopeful this will get figured out, because I, finally got past the point of not restricting anymore, which is good. So hopefully something will happen with this whole not having moderation thing. I've never had moderation, so I need to learn that. Maybe I can read a book on that. I've been trying to read more, which I don't even like reading. I don't like running, but I'm making myself do them. Maybe I will like them. Is that how that works? I don't think so. But I want to like running and I want to like reading. Is that the moderation problem again? I don't know. I just feel like a case study. Like there's something wrong with me. Miscellaneous disease is what we call it. There's something wrong with me, and I don't know what it is. And no one does. I'm an anomaly. That's not true. Don't think about yourself like that. Not that special. But again, the mental warfare. Well, this was a good chat. Good vulnerability chat. I don't even know what I would title this video. Like, something about moderation, I guess, but thanks for maybe working out with me if you were also working out. Or if you weren't, go work out. Or don't. I don't care. Do whatever you want. But that's the beauty of it all. You can do whatever you want. Isn't that fun? I'm done. Goodbye. Yeah. Come here, Minnie. Let's say bye. Hopefully we chatted. Come here. Hopefully we chatted about something important, like always. This was awful. I hate doing legs and core, but at least I'm inside and there's a fan. But it's hot outside, man. Now I gotta meal prep. Ugh. I'm meal prepping something I haven't made before, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, thank y'all for working out with me, being a witness to my fitness. We are accountability partners. And okay, say, love you. Bye.